Hi, this is Donna, and this is Chapter 6 of Endgame. Now, it's called The Fall of Prince Andrew. Now, in this chapter, Omid tells us everything we already know. We know that November 16th, Andrew was stripped of all of his royal duties and perks. And finally, he was stripped of his HRH title, his military honors, and almost all of his official royal duties. Now, what he says in this book is that William became fed up with Prince Andrew, and he pushed for the Queen and Charles to do something about Prince Andrew. He felt that something needed to be done. He didn't have much confidence in his father that he would do anything to take care of Andrew, and he hasn't. It is proven in the past few years that he hasn't done anything really against Prince Andrew. If anything, they're trying to rehabilitate him. He also says in this chapter that the Queen felt like Andrew could be rehabilitated, and he talks about how this archaic view of women is entrenched in the royal family and probably in society also. William is the one who wanted something done about Andrew. He says that William feels very keenly about the crown. He takes it very seriously, and he feels that Andrew is a threat to the crown. He also says that Prince Philip not being there anymore, Prince Philip, he says, didn't suffer fools, and that everyone would listen to him. But I thought about that, and I said, funny, Charles never listened to him about Camilla. Charles never listened to anybody about Camilla. So maybe people think they have power in the royal family, and they really don't. When it comes down to it, people do what they want. Charles did what he wanted. Well, we also find out that Andrew was involved in a lot of shady deals, that even though people thought he was, to quote something that Omid says in the book, that he was entitled, spoiled, and immature, the royal family sent him out like the party boy, like something that the mafia would do to make deals, it seems, and to have parties, and he was paid a lot of perks. People paid him a lot of money, and that the royal family were given deals from everything he did as some sort of an envoy. And he did this for 10 years. He had unlimited credit cards. He really had no limit to what he was doing. And you know, this goes back to Charles taking bags of money. It goes back to Sarah Ferguson making deals that they caught on camera to give access to Andrew. Okay, so it just seemed to me that the royal family has this mafia type mentality. Now, he also talks about that the British media became obsessed with the Sussexes, and this pushed Andrew off of the front pages. He also talks about how the media were giving other stories to keep Andrew off the pages. He also talks about how the press, Good Morning America, okay, had a story where a reporter on Good Morning America, Amy Robach, conducted an hour-long interview with Giuffre, but it never aired. And she said that the palace and Epstein's people kept it off the front pages. He puts in the book that the picture of Andrew with Giuffre was backed up by the FBI because they proved that the picture was legitimate. He talks about how even though Andrew has lost a lot of his position, it took years before he lost, like it was $200 something thousand that he was given, but then it was only in April of 2023 that was taken away, but he still has money from Charles. Think about that. Charles did not hesitate to take everything away from Prince Harry, but Prince Andrew still lives in his house, and Prince Andrew is still receiving some money from his father, plus the Queen paid the $12 million because Andrew didn't have it to settle with Joffrey. I just came to the opinion by the time I was at the end of this book that it was like it's like a Godfather thing, like the mafia in the things that he did. A man named Roland even brought Andrew to an official visit to China, and in return he had access to a jet and a virtually limited credit card, and that Roland even paid off a $1.5 million loan Andrew owed to the bank. It's like cash for honors here. He said at the end, Andrew would be foolish to think that William will unquestionably support his uncle in the same way as Charles. It's fair to say the next king is the one in the family who inherited Prince Philip's assertiveness when it comes to protecting the crown. Until then, though Andrew remains a wild card and one that can still inflict considerable damage to the monarchy. A source close to the family said one would be foolish to assume that Andrew won't bring further shame. So we know this. Things are coming out already, right? The list of people are coming out, and apparently a book by Joffrey is coming out.